In the village, a carpenter named Second Dog opened a woodworking shop. He was skilled at his craft, but he struggled without an assistant. One day, by the roadside, he met a young man named Amu. Dressed in a blue shirt, the youth claimed to have no parents and said he was only looking for a meal. Second Dog took pity on the young man and thought it would be good to have a helper, so he took him on as an apprentice. At first, Amu was quite diligent. But it wasn't long before he showed his true nature. He began to slack off and play tricks. Whenever Second Dog wasn't looking, Amu would hide in the woodshed to avoid work. He even started secretly trading wood for sweets. A neighbor noticed and warned Second Dog, "That boy has shifty eyes, I doubt his intentions are good. Be careful not to raise a white-eyed wolf." But Second Dog simply said, "He's still young and immature. With good guidance, he'll learn." He didn't scold Amu. Instead, he felt sorry for him and even gave him an advance on his wages. Emboldened by this kindness, Amu grew bolder. First, he secretly sold the high-quality wood Second Dog had been saving for half a year. Then, when a customer came to collect an order, he lied, saying the price of wood had gone up, and pocketed the extra money. The neighbor spoke up again, "Master, Amu took your new hat and traded it for wine. If this goes on, he'll empty your whole shop." Second Dog sighed. "He's had a hard life. I should be more patient. When he grows up, he'll understand." After the autumn harvest, a man named Zhang Dahu from the next village paid a deposit for a large bed made of premium redwood. Second Dog carefully selected the finest wood and began working. But a few days later, both the wood and the deposit were gone. All that remained was a note from Amu in the woodshed. "Thank you, master, for taking me in. I've taken the wood and the money, life in the city suits me better." Second Dog soon learned that Amu had already joined up with a gang of troublemakers in town, treating one as his boss. He took everything of value and left behind a mess. Second Dog looked at the empty woodshed and thought back to how pitiful Amu had seemed when he first arrived. He sighed deeply and said, "I thought he was helpless, who knew I was letting in a young tiger? In the end, I brought misfortune upon myself. To raise a tiger is to risk being harmed by it. Tolerating evil people or bad behavior only allows harm to grow. In the end, that tolerance will turn against you." This story tells us that kindness without principles becomes a breeding ground for wrongdoing. Compromising with mistakes is not true tolerance, it is sowing the seeds of future disaster. True compassion requires strength. One must firmly stop behavior that crosses the line in time. Otherwise, a moment of softness may allow a fierce tiger to grow, one that will eventually turn on you. Indulgence never changes a greedy heart. It only allows greed to grow until it consumes everything, even the one who showed kindness.